Recycling may be a buzzword for us, but it's old school for nature. All the nutrients in the environment are constantly being recycled, and there's a nice balance between what goes in and what goes out again. Living things are made of materials they take from the world around them, like plants turn elements, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen and nitrogen from the soil and air into complex compounds, carbohydrates, proteins and fats that make up living organisms. These get passed up the food chain, and these materials are returned to the environment in waste products or when the organism die and decay. Materials decay because they're broken down, digested by microorganisms. This happens faster in warm, moist, oxygen-rich conditions because microorganisms are more active in these conditions. Decay puts the stuff that plants need to grow, like mineral ions, back into the soil. In a stable community, the materials that are taken out of the soil and used by plants are balanced by those that are put back in, and there is a constant cycle happening. Carbon dioxide is removed from the atmosphere by green plants and algae during photosynthesis. The carbon is used to make glucose, which can be turned into carbohydrates, fats and proteins that make up the bodies of the plants and algae. When the plants and algae respire, some carbon dioxide returns to the atmosphere. When the plants and algae are eaten by animals, some carbon becomes part of the fats and proteins in their bodies, and the carbon then moves through the food chain. When the animal respires, some carbon is returned to the atmosphere as carbon dioxide. And when plants and algae and animals die, other animals called detritus feeders and microorganisms feed on their remains. When these organisms respire, carbon dioxide is returned to the atmosphere. Animals also produce waste that is broken down by detritus feeders and microorganisms. The combustion or burning of wood and fossil fuels also releases carbon dioxide back into the air. So the carbon and energy is constantly being cycled from the air through food chains via plants, algae and animals and detritus feeders and microorganisms, and eventually back into the air again.